I know what trending is better than anybody in the world. I've been trending my whole life. From the day I was born, I've been trending.
I like the good publicity and I like the bad publicity. It all plays.
I went to an Ivy League school. I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words.
22 days in a row or something on the cover of the tabloids. It's never been anything like that.
Could Donald Trump win the Nobel Peace Prize? Sounds far-fetched. Maybe. But there's a scenario where Trump could pull off the ultimate diplomatic masterstroke, ending the brutal Russia-Ukraine war. He's claimed he could do it in just 24 hours. Experts say that's a stretch, but a Trump-led peace plan could be a real possibility. And if he succeeds, it could rewrite history and his legacy. Donald Trump is no stranger to bold claims, but his promise to end the Russia-Ukraine war within a day raised eyebrows around the world. While the timeline may be unrealistic, the idea of a Trump administration brokering peace is gaining traction among some experts. And if he succeeds, they argue, he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. But how could Trump pull off a feat that has eluded global leaders for nearly 2 years? The strategy revolves around 4 critical steps. A ceasefire, getting both Ukraine and Russia to agree to an immediate halt to fighting, easing sanctions, lifting some or even all of the economic restrictions on Russia to incentivize peace. A powerful threat. Trump would need to convince Russia that rejecting peace would lead to increased US military support for Ukraine, potentially tipping the scales in Kyiv's favor. Security guarantees for Ukraine. A promise of long-term Western support to deter future Russian aggression, even if full NATO membership isn't on the table. Trump's unpredictable style could actually work in his favor here. He's positioned as someone who could broker a deal because he's not tied to traditional diplomatic norms. And he's made it clear he dislikes prolonged wars. But peace wouldn't come without sacrifices. For Ukraine, a deal might mean giving up territory that Russia seized in its invasion, an incredibly bitter concession for a nation fighting for its sovereignty. For Vladimir Putin, agreeing to a settlement could be even riskier. An ongoing war helps him maintain power, despite mounting casualties and economic hardship at home. Ending the war could expose him to public backlash over the enormous cost of a conflict many Russians quietly resent. For Putin, the fear isn't just losing the war, it's losing his grip on power. But if Trump's threats of increased military support for Ukraine seem credible, it might force Putin to reconsider. For Trump, the stakes are just as high. His America First policy has often been skeptical of foreign entanglements, and extending a security guarantee to Ukraine could alienate parts of his conservative base. Yet, a Russian victory would be catastrophic, not just for Ukraine, but for global stability. As the sitting US president, Trump would bear responsibility for any fallout. A decisive Russian win could weaken America's global standing and devastate Trump's presidency, much like the fall of Afghanistan marred his predecessor's legacy. To avoid such a scenario, Trump might find himself compelled to take bold, unconventional steps towards peace. Trump has always been focused on his legacy. If he could end the war and bring peace, the Nobel Peace Prize wouldn't just be possible, it could be well-deserved. If Trump pulls off a peace deal, he could join the ranks of Theodore Roosevelt and Barack Obama, 2 other US presidents who have won the Nobel Peace Prize. So, is it possible? Could Donald Trump truly broker peace in Ukraine and earn the ultimate recognition for it? It's a long shot, but not impossible. Bureau Report, India Today Global.